Hi y'all, welcome back to another video of Planning with Britt. Today we're going to be working in my catch-all weekly Aura Estelle undated Cross Annie Plans weekly, the week size planner. So this is similar to the Hobonichi week size. And I'm back planning in here from the beginning of January because I couldn't make up my mind about what I wanted to use for the year. I went back and forth between this and the Sterling ink into week size planner, and I just didn't start. So I was tracking in my little everyday carry. I was tracking on sticky notes to the stuff I was going to track, and I didn't track everything because I'm still not 100% sure all the things I want to track. And I figure, just like everything else for this new year, I'm going to just kind of take it easy and add things as I go that I decide I want to use in this planner and to track for my health and wellness. So I'm on a weight loss journey, I guess, of some sorts, and also really trying to just like build muscle and longevity. That's kind of my goal. Like, I want to be strong and I want to live for a while. So this is one of the things I was making to put in the front cover of my planner here on this like kind of cardboardy page that doesn't, you know, cooperate well because it's so attached to the spine there and this other page. So I've gone back and forth between this one and this one. I think with the lightest purple of the paper here that I prefer this one here. So we'll probably add that in now. And then what else have I done so far? I tracked something specific here. We'll probably end up putting some goals or trackers or something here in this monthly sections, but I have not as of yet. And then on the monthly, I'm kind of doing a glimmer a day. So something that just makes me smile, makes me happy. I've been filling them in as we go. And I'm not completely caught up with that yet either, but I've been working on it as I have time. And then after these monthlies that are undated, we go into a weekly section. So what I did was just kind of lay down the first weekly. Nope, looks like I skipped a week. Okay, well, that's fine. I laid the January 6th through January 12th week down here, and I plan on writing an affirmation here, the different affirmations for the week. I've got a water tracker sticker. These are available in my shop. This kit is a Hobonichi week sticker kit for my shop. It actually fit this planner pretty well. I didn't have any to alter anything to make it fit in here, so that's nice to know that it fits well. I have two other trackers. I'm going to track my vitamins and then my retainer wearing, sleep, and then apple ring. So that's for sure. I know I started to track with this. I have this info handy. I also want to include, and I started closer to the end of the month of January, tracking not necessarily my food, but my macros. And so this planner has two additional notes pages after the weekly. And so here probably I will try to track some macros and maybe some other health related things. If there's other things that you think would be beneficial for me to track or that you track in your health and wellness, drop them down in the comments. I would like to know. I have all this space. I would like to maximize it and use it. I just not for sure what I want to use it with. So I have these things pulled out that I'm going to finish working on this spread with you a little bit and then lay down the next week's spread the following week, which is January. And I may go back and just put it here to not waste that week. I mean, it's okay if it's out of order, right? It's just for me. Nobody really looks at this except, well, now you guys, but I think I may do that. This other kit I'm going to use is the Hello Winter kit, and we're going to put a little bit of stuff down there for that. So I'm going to write the titles for these on here, and then after that we'll go back and lay the kits down for that other one, and then I may do some of the affirmation writing and stuff off camera, and then come back and show you what those 2 weeks look like. So yes, so for this we're going to put vitamins up here. I'm using a Tombow marker. This one is 553. I also use the Sharpie S gels pretty heavily. S Note in my planners. I don't know that they have a color name or anything like that on it. And then this is a clean color, a single dot one, and this one is called grayish green, number 409. So I just try to match up some markers that match the stickers in the kit and just kind of go with that. So I'm just highlighting these titles so that we can see them. And then down here, I will write steps. I also usually like to outline these just with my pen. I'm not sure. This is I guess a Japanese pen and 0.35. I did purchase them from Amazon, so if you're interested, I can find a link and share maybe. I do enjoy this pen on the Tomoe River paper. It's worked out decently well for me. My lettering and this kind of stuff is not to any kind of like professional level, but I enjoy the way it looks, and so I do it this way, even though it's probably not the nicest that you've seen. There's definitely people out there that do some really awesome lettering. That is not me at this point in time. I always think I want to work on that and do better, but with what time, I don't know. I don't know what in realistic world I think I have time to do all of these hobbies and things along with all the things that life requires of me. So a little bit about me. I am a high school teacher. I teach science, typically, well, chemistry more than anything. I teach at a rural school in West Texas, and I've been teaching, I think this is year 17, and so I've been teaching for quite some time. And yeah, so I teach chemistry currently right now. That's the only courses I'm offering, or not offering, the courses I'm teaching this year. I don't really get much choice in the offerings. I have taught forensic science and biology in the past. And this year I'm just teaching chemistry. So I'm going to fill a little bit of that one in a little bit. I drew too big over it. So I will come back in and fill in the affirmations and these things I have on sticky notes in my little everyday carry for that week. And then I'm not sure what else to put on these other pages. I mean, at some point I'll have a place to put macros, but I was not tracking those in that app. I'm using my Fitness Pal for food tracking, and I wasn't tracking until this point. I didn't start till really the very end of January, so I won't have that data to put in for a couple weeks. So let me know what else you might think about tracking in here. I'm sure there's some other things I can add. So I'm going to come back to this previous week, the one that I skipped when I decided to set that one up, and I'll show you. This is the Hobonichi Weeks kit from my shop, and it is just in the Hobonichi Weeks size, and it fit really well in this planner. I enjoyed using it, and it worked well. I didn't know if I was going to have to make some alterations or if this was going to lay down nicely, but so far it has laid down pretty well. I am going to turn this planner this direction to lay this sticker down on the side because it's hard to line up if I'm not closer to that point. All right, and the week of sticker put up here at the top. Oh, that one tore ugly. That was not a good job on my part. A little too much force there on that sticker. This kit is called Hello Winter, and it's available in my shop in lots of varieties, not just in the Weeks kit, but it is definitely in the Weeks section as well. Oh, nope, I don't want to use that. Let's set that aside. I need this wider one to go at the bottom. I tried earlier to use that skinny one at the bottom when I set that first week up, and it doesn't fit as well. And it looks strange with that box around it to my eyeballs. So we'll use the thicker one, and then we'll find something else to do with the thinner one later. So this week would have been, this was 6 to 12. So this one would have ended January 13th through January, this was 12, right? Yeah. January 13th, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Don't you love that I can't count or do that math in my head? I just don't want to mess it up. This is typically why I avoid undated planners, because I'm very good at doing that. In fact, we could go back and look at the monthly. The monthly, I'm pretty sure, yeah, 13th through the 20th is, no, the 13th through the 19th, which is what I put. Okay, good. We didn't mess anything up. Yeah, I can definitely mess that up without much hassle. I will get in my head that the first of the week was a certain day, and then just, you know, roll with it, whether that was correct or not. This would not be the first time that has happened. So, also, besides teaching high school, I'm married. We have 2 adult children that do not live in our home. One does live here in the same town that we live in, and the other one lives a couple of hours away. They are both grown-up children. They are neither one at this moment married or have children, but they do have significant others that maybe one day that'll be our life, but at the moment right now it's not. We have a hobby farm, if you want to call it that, and we have some livestock that we keep and take care of. That we have chickens, a lot, maybe in the range of like 50 plus chickens. We also have some cows and a handful of dogs that live at our house. So that keeps me pretty busy as well. And then you probably know if you've been here already or not, but I own a sticker shop also on Etsy that I sell stickers for planners. And so that keeps me also fairly busy. And yeah, that's just kind of a little bit about me. I have been planning and using planners since we used whatever they gave us in school to use. So I guess kind of like a planner, more like a calendar, because it didn't have any like really weekly or daily pages or anything like that. It was mostly like, like a monthly calendar kind of to track. And I started using that. Of course, I've always loved stationery of all sorts. I loved colored pens and paper and all the things. Also an avid reader, so I've always liked books and all things kind of going into that category. So I've always indulged in stationery since I was tiny. I think Lisa Frank, Sanrio, that kind of stuff sparked my love of stickers and things when I was fairly young. I started using I don't know if it was like a Day Designer, some similar something to that you could purchase at Walmart. I purchased that there when I had my first kid. Once my daughter was born, then I felt like I needed a little more like things to need to be handled at my home, and I needed to keep track of more things. And so I bought that it's like a little spiral with like the black plasticky cover, and I used that for lots and lots of years. And then I started teaching and used different kind of stuff for that. Some people I worked with had made some teachers were making like a planner on their own and had shared that like template with me, and we were getting it printed at like Office Depot and Kinko's, and we used that for a while. And then Passion Planner, I think in 2014, had a Kickstarter, and when they did the Kickstarter, it was some of my colleagues were following that or somehow found that. I don't really even know how that came about, but they shared with me that they were going to purchase this planner from this Kickstarter, and then it was very inexpensive, and that they were going to use it they were going to print it and have it bound, or spiral, I guess it's bound, yeah, put it on a spiral. So I was intrigued, and of course I wanted to do this as well. So we all used that Passion Planner Kickstarter. We printed the PDF, and we got it bound, spiral bound at Kinko's. You could kind of pick a color of your cover. There wasn't really like any kind of a cover design or anything, but you could pick a color. And we could also pick to whether you wanted like a plastic, like acetate on the cover, or whether you just wanted to, have it without. And I had a plastic one on mine. I messed up when I told them to print mine. I didn't have it printed like on both sides of the paper, so it was all single-sided. So mine was freaking huge, and my coworkers was not so huge. But I was a single parent at the time and teaching, and I did not want to pay to have that done. So I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna make it work, and we're gonna go with it, and it was fine. So of course, my friends and I would like sit down and do these together and like talk about what we were doing with them. And we started with colored pens and color coding and kind of that road. And then we kind of came into some stamps, I think was the next thing I found, was stamps. And so I purchased stamps, and we try to do some of that. I am not the best stamper. I love stamping, and I love looking at stamping, and I love thinking about being a stamper. But in all reality, I am not a stamper. So yeah, I didn't do much of that after that point. I did see some people on the internet at that point in time doing, like, they were making their own stickers basically out of plain, like, Avery label sticker paper and stamps and markers. So that's kind of where I went with that. I would purchase like the little round ones or the little teardrop shaped labels, and I would stamp the little tiny stamps on them, and I would color them, and was using that in my planner pretty frequently. And then eventually, probably not long after that, the next little bit of time is when like Happy Planner kind of hit at Michael's and places like that where you could purchase it readily without, you know, it wasn't too big of a deal. You didn't have to order or anything like that. You could purchase in the store. I don't know where the rest of the sheet of the step counter stickers are right now. I'll have to find that in a little while and put it in. But we started with the Happy Planner. Obviously, it was simple to purchase. So then I think I bought the Happy Planner and bought like a little bit of stickers, a small amount of stickers and sticker books. I remember thinking when I started that this hobby was crazy and that there was no way in the world that I was going to pay like $20 for a sticker book or book of stickers. And long story short, here we are. So with this spread, I'm using this Tombow 026, this Tombow N60, and then this mild liner, double-ended mild liner that is a beige is the color for this one. So anyways, I really never thought I would do that I would spend that kind of, I'm going to switch ends of this. I don't want to wrap the chisel tip. I just didn't imagine myself spending that kind of money on like something. So what I thought at the moment was kind of frivolous. I'm like, man, I have highlighters, I have colored pencils and all kinds of things I can decorate with. I didn't draw super well, so that wasn't really an option for me. One of my colleagues did. She's very artistic and would draw and sketch in hers, and definitely was wishing I could do that in mine, but that's not how it worked out for me. So I didn't. But after that, I went to the Happy Planner, and then, you know, once you get down that rabbit hole of stickers, all of a sudden it just didn't seem super expensive anymore. And so then I would buy all of the sticker books for all of the things. And I don't know at what point I stopped using the sticker books. I have since kind of gotten away from the Happy Planner sticker books, but I probably up until a few years ago I used them mostly. I went from Happy Planner, and then I've been through the gamut of all the planners. I went to Plum Paper for a little while. I've never used an Erin Condren planner besides the Petite Folio. We were gifted one at Go Wild, and I tried that out for a little while. It wasn't something that stuck, but I did give it a shot. I then went to Moxie Life for quite some time. I've been using the Moxie Life system since they started. I still use their system. I'm just not using their planner. Up until this year, I have used the companion notebooks. Just recently decided to just kind of do their system in the back of my other planner without like the framework of the actual planner. But I've done it long enough. I have all those questions and things memorized. It's not out of the realm of like things for me to do that I can do by myself without too much hassle. So yeah, I'm just using that. After the Moxie Life Planner, a couple of years ago, maybe 2 years ago, towards the end of the year, I was using the Moxie Life Dailies, the inserts, and I was punching them and putting them on disc, and I had them in my Moturn cover, and I put a couple months at a time and added extra things that I needed and all the things, and I loved that. But they quit making the inserts. I mean, they still have that same insert, but I kept thinking they were going to get a daily on a quill, and I think they eventually did, but by that time I was kind of over a daily and thought I really probably didn't actually need a daily for what it was worth. So I quit with the Moxie Life and went to a Hobonichi Cousin. I bought one on like Prime Day for really inexpensive, and I was just like, hey, let's give this a shot. And I really liked the bound book. I avoided it for so many years. I only used disc, but I really did like the bound book. So I went from there, and then last year I used a Sterling Ink A5 in the vertical, and then now this year we're at the Sterling Ink A5 vertical and horizontal, and somewhere along the way I added in a Hobonichi Weeks as an everyday carry in my purse for several years, and I was also before that used the Skinny Mini, the Happy Planner, in my Moturn wallet. So I used the Moturn wallet with the Skinny Mini and the Weeks for a couple years. Last year I used the Sterling ink size weeks, and then this year I'm using an A6 Wonderland 222 as my everyday carry. This one is in my wallet. I'm using the Apricot Moterm, and I have the Wonderland 222 in here. I'll try to open without exposing all my info because it's my wallet. I wasn't prepared to flip through this one, but I'm using this Commodity Bear A6. It's the core. It's not the one with all the daily pages, just the partial daily pages, but there's that. So yeah, this is what I'm doing for these two for now for the wellness planner. But if you can think of some other wellness things I can track, let me know. I'm interested to know something else I can use because there's 2 extra sets of pages for all of this, and I would like to maximize the use of the planner and use the pages for something. But yeah, let me know what else I could put in here. At some point, I mean, I walk with the dogs, but I haven't really added any exercise in, although I'd like to add some in. I haven't done that as of yet, but I will soon. And that's something I'll add to these pages also. But there may be more things I could track at the moment besides what I have going on now. So I'm going to stick this little sticker down, and then yeah, that little exclamation point's kind of out on its own. I need to pull it carefully. I'm going to put this sticker down, and then we'll move on to some of the other planners because I'm doing some back planning in those as well, because I could not make up my mind for the longest time about what I wanted, which planner I was going to use, and I ended up using both. So I deleted almost everything that I already carried or on some extra sticky notes into that way they're very nicely what's in here. I'm not sure if I'll put something on the side or I'll just leave it kind of like that. I think I might do something just this. So that's just a weeks for now, and I will go into that So the first week of this one, I did this week, the week of the 30th through the 5th in my last common planner, so I'm not going to do anything with this. I may end up doing something different later, but I'm not going to use it. So my plan for this is to use all my sticker kits in here, and then just use this kind of like a large, you know, some marker, and write some big memories, big highlights from the day or something, and then just kind of journal a little, like micro journaling here for the day. And then in the back, I will do some further journaling. I'm also want to use the Coffee Monster Co. journaling prompts in the back on the dailies. And then I will also put pictures back there in the memory keeping section. So, and I may add pictures in here as well. Haven't made up my mind fully about that. So I'm definitely playing catch up in my planners. But, I mean, this is my race and going at my pace and just doing it as I get time. My shop, one of the things that I don't want to say I'm known for because I'm still very new. Like I'm like slightly over 2 years, 2.25 years or something of having my shop open. But one thing that I get a lot of orders for, you know, normal stickers are fine, and I get quite a few orders for that also. But one of the things I get the most orders for is my word of the year kind of stuff. I do custom word of the year things. In fact, mine's right here. I'll dump it over here because I will probably put some of this word of the year in one of those spreads up front. I'm using the word amplify and then 2025. So I make these sticker sheets and I make vellums and things with that, the word of the year stuff on there. And those are super popular in my shop. And here's the vellum I made. It just says amplify across this is going to go for my everyday carry, but I probably will make something for this one also. But that one keeps me really busy for a time of the year. And so we travel at Christmas every year. My husband works in construction, and so we take one larger vacation a year together, and that is at Christmas time. So we take the week of Christmas and around there, shortly before and shortly after. We take that every year and go somewhere different that we have not ever been before. And so I'm gone during my Christmas break from school. We come back a few days usually before I have to go back, and then I would just kind of play like catch up to those orders that come in, because that, you know, like from Black Friday through about mid-February is pretty busy. So it's hard for me to like set all my goals, set up new planners, like do all of that when the shop is so busy, and when that time of the year is super busy for like school, wrapping up a semester and then prepping to travel. And then it's holiday time, you know, we have to shop and do that stuff for our family still too. So it's just a really busy time. And so I usually it's all of January, kind of getting myself together to where I'm ready to go for February. But this year we're into February and I'm still working on getting ready to go. But you know what? It's fine. I still have lots of year left and lots of time, and I don't mind doing it when I have some downtime. I enjoy this hobby of laying the stickers down, writing in my planners, all the good stuff. So it doesn't bother me even a little bit to need to do that. So I need to trim this sticker off. It is a little bit too long for the Hobonichi cousin. This area is a little bit longer than it is in the Sterling ink. So I'm going to trim that, and I'll trim it here in a little bit. And then for this, I have a box in my kit made to cover this little area, but I don't think I want to use it this year. I did last year and I covered all of that up, but I think that I'm going to leave that just open this year over there. And I think I do my teacher planner. I use the color that kind of matches my stickers and highlight that week. I think I'll do the same here with a marker and highlight that week. And I like to run this washi with the 4 boxes, and then it covers the bottom part of this also. I just like to give myself as much room on the page as I can have. Although this year with using these as memory spreads instead of actual planning, I may not need quite as much room. Nicely I wrinkled it up. I think I've said before, but if you're here and you like all the laid down pretty stickers and no crookedness or wrinkles or any of the things, this might not be the channel for you, because I definitely make mistakes and I'm definitely okay to just roll with it. I don't write all my stuff, like my daily teacher task and things down. I don't write those down in like a specific planner. A lot of things that I do, I kind of batch them and do them like on specific days of the week. And then anything small that pops up, I just have a running to-do list by my computer that I dump it on and then handle that as it comes. I kind of follow that like 5-minute rule. If something comes into me and I can do it in 5 minutes or less, I just do it then versus putting it on the to-do list. And I'm much more organized in that area at school than I am in my own personal life. For whatever reason, you know, school functions like clockwork, which is great. It's less stress for me that way. But anyways, so I don't write like my teacher task down in my personal planner. And and in my teacher planner, I really just use the monthly view for lesson planning. So in the weeklies, I used to write everything we did every day and try to keep track, and it's just the monthly view is perfect. We use a digital like Google Classroom, and I use a HyperDoc with my children, so everything is already denoted out by day on those situations, so they don't need nothing needs that kind of a breakdown. The only thing I'll put in my personal planner is if I have a specific meeting at a specific time, so that when I look at that in the morning, I'm like, oh, don't forget, you got to go to wherever at whatever time. And then of course we use that, you know, Outlook, and so it pops up on my screen on my computer to tell me to get that done. So I think I'm going to use the full boxes, even though I'm doing memory spreads. And I think I'm just kind of randomly like dump them out through the spread. This is my first one, so who really knows what we're doing? I'm just kind of freestyling it. We're going to throw it out here and see. The best part of this is if I don't like it, I can do something different next week. I don't have to stick to any kind of specific format with this, which is the great thing about all of this anyway. So I guess we'll just kind of made a little line down. We make a line going back up the other way. Yeah, nothing too pressing. I just want to record some memories and some things that happen each day. And I've been using my everyday carry very faithfully. I've written all in it. So everything that has gone on thus far has like been accounted for. There's nothing really missing or anything there. I didn't think about the Hello Weekend sticker. Now that's going to give us some grief of where to put this one. I guess we'll just kind of come down this way. I don't really care. It doesn't have to follow very much of a pattern. If you are very pattern specific, or, you know, I'm sorry if I make you crazy by just kind of throwing this stuff wherever, but I'm going to set this up this way. This is also that Let It Snow kit from my kit. I guess I didn't really tell you about this one because it was already down. This kit's called Let It Snow. This is the Hoko version, Hobonichi Cousin. And there is the Hobonichi Weeks version. And there's all the variety sizes of the kits that we offer in the shop. There's a 7x9 weekly. There's a Sterling Ink version if you're using the Sterling Ink week size, because it's different than the Hobonichi Weeks. And there's also a journaling kit. So anyways, all of that, and I'll save the stickers while I memory plan and use what I would like from there. There's also deco with all of these kits, and I didn't print any deco because I wasn't sure like how much deco I'd actually use for this, but I may. And if I decide I need some more filler as we go, I will add that in. So there is that. And the second kit we're gonna lay down is this the Hello Winter Hobonichi Cousin kit, and it's the same as we used in the Aura Estelle week size planner. It's just the bigger version. So this is the Hobonichi Cousin version, and it fits nicely in the Sterling Ink A5. So and I may not use kits all the time. I just started with kits at the beginning because that's what I'm comfortable with. But as this planner evolves, since it's just memory keeping, I thought it might be nice to use the stickers. And as it changes, I may not use the stickers. We may go just deco and markers. We might just do something different, maybe washi. I'm not real sure what we'll do. And the other Sterling Ink, I will probably show at some point in time. I'm not sure if we'll get to it in this video, but the other one I'm using is just kind of a rough draft planner. I don't really know. I'm writing everything in it using just some highlighter and maybe a little bit of washi tape. I'm not going real in depth with any kind of stickers or decoration, ephemera, nothing in there. So mostly because that one's a full year planner, and I'm afraid it's going to be huge. I used this half year last year and planned and memory kept in it. And at some point in time, I'll flip through that on here on this channel with you. But it got huge. I mean, like, yeah, that's going to just have to stay where it lands. I tried to pull it up and it is not going to do that. I'll just trim the bottom off later. But yes, it got huge. That 6-month planner is massive. And so I don't have any idea about the full year. I don't know how big it would get if I used everything in it. So I'm not going to do that at all. This one started on the 13th. We just did this in the other planner, but here I am again asking, like, where did this end? So as I get these spreads caught up, I will flip through them and show you. And then maybe at some point when I'm caught up, we can do some real-time planning together. Besides just laying down some stickers. But I'm working, actively working every day to try to get some of this caught up. I've just been super busy with shop orders. I came back from vacation with a huge long line. I finally got starting to get semi caught up. I kind of accidentally, I don't know if that's the right word. It just didn't work out like it was supposed to, but I was involved in 2 collaborative sales that were back-to-back weekends, the first weekend of January and the second weekend of January. The first one was the Wild Collab sale for the Wild for Planner shops, people that sponsored Go Wild or had a merchandise license for Go Wild. So of course I wanted the exposure in that group, so I wanted to participate in that sale. And it may just be me, but I honestly felt like that sale was supposed to take place at a different time of the year. I don't know, because last year was my first year to participate in anything Go Wild-ish as far as like sponsoring. I mean, I've been to Go Wild and participated that way, but as far as sponsoring or being involved in anything like that. So I didn't know that, I don't know when the sale was supposed to take place, but for whatever reason, my brain thinks that it was supposed to take place earlier in the year. And I had seen a couple posts and people asking like, hey, when is that sale going to happen? When are we supposed to do this and that? And, I was just kind of along for the ride because I was just new and didn't know. So I was just waiting until they posted stuff. Well, they posted finally. And the turnaround was very quick, for us to get our stuff to them, submitted, all that good stuff. And I thought, well, okay, here we go. I had already signed up for another group sale around the same time that I knew it was in January, but the closings for their apps had happened prior to the Go Wild sale dates being announced. So I was kind of like, well, I'm already here. We're just going to go with it, which was fine. It wasn't a big deal. But then that sale, which, I paid a fee to be a part of, that sale got moved. The date got moved because another collab sale, I guess, was having a sale that same weekend and they didn't want to compete. So they moved the sale I was a part of to the second weekend of January. So this weekend right before here, so the weekend of the 3rd, 4th, that weekend was the Wild Collab sale, and then moved to this weekend of the 10, 11, 12 was the Ultimate Planner sale. And I was happy to be part of the Ultimate Planner sale. I had never been a part of it before, and it was maybe their last one. I'm not sure that they're going to have another one. So of course I was pleased to be a part of that. But those 2 back-to-back just put me further behind with orders, and I felt like a jerk participating in a sale knowing I had outstanding orders. But there wasn't anything I could do. It just kind of worked out the way it was. Maybe lack of info on my part, or I don't know. Maybe I missed some information in December while I was just busy. But either way, it put me in a big old bind. And so I'm just now, this weekend, starting to get caught up as far as my orders go, my shop. And then I'd be ready to move on to, some new stuff. So fun times there. Let's see. So the next 2 kits that I'm going to use are, and I don't know which order I'm going to use them in. This one is called the Polar Lights, and it is in the new format. So this is the format for the kits in 2025 in my shop. So I've decided to make the sheet smaller and a little more a la carte kind of style. You can still get a discount if you purchase, this is the Hobonichi Cousin Bundle, so you still get a discount if you purchase this. But to just make things a little more affordable, and then have you where you can only, maybe only you need to buy what you need to use or what you're going to use, and not buying extra additional things that, I know that the finances are rough right now for a lot of people, and it's been, an unprecedented couple of years and lots of things going on. So I do know that. And so I was trying to make things a little more feasible and a little more crossover with different things. So that one is the Polar Lights kit. And this one is called Winter Chill. And there's a deco for it. I mean, not the deco, the boxes for the Hobonichi Cousin size. And then the washi and the date cover. So I have made things a little more a la carte. So pick and choose what you want. And if you buy them in the set bundles, then they are a little bit cheaper than they are without. So there is that. I think we'll use the Winter Chill, and then I'll use the Polar Lights for the last week of January. So they're size formatted the same as the last year's kit. So the size won't be any different. They're just laid out on the sheet differently. So And like I said, there's always deco sheets for these. There's clear deco and white deco in my shop. I use as much of the clear as I can to try to keep the bulk in this planner down, but the color saturation on the white stickers is just very pretty, and so I enjoy that on the weekly spread. I did use clear a couple times last year, and it's fine. And I used the clear stickers in the daily pages in the back, but I have removed, like, not removed, they're still available. All of the previous ones are available in my shop, but I am not making any of the new Hobonichi Cousins daily kits. As a whole, they don't sell that great, and I think you can make, you know, daily sheets, and a lot of people don't use like a strict daily in their Hobonichis. They kind of, you know, are commonplacing or doing some other things, journaling, whatever, and so daily kit isn't just super necessary. So this is the week of the 20th. Yeah, it's dated, and then I cover up the dates, and then I'm confused about the dates. Don't you just love it? I do like the addition of using the round numbers with the square box. I think it's kind of cool and different. Yeah, we'll just see. So it's kind of how I've based my shop since I started. I kind of make what I want and then offer it to sale. And if you like it, then I make, you know, you get some also. And then I've taken quite a few requests that people are like, hey, how about this? Or can you try this? Or will you make this for me? And I never mind giving something custom a shot. If I can, I will definitely give it a shot for you. So if there's something that you're looking for out in this space of the planner world, journaling world, that you don't have and you would like, send me a message and I will see if I can make it happen for you. So there is that. I'm going to lay some full boxes down. I think I'm going to do them before. Yeah, let's start with those. I didn't pick any markers for these last two kits, but the first, I hadn't used any markers in any of these spreads anyway, so that is fine. I think I'm going to try to line these all up across the top this time. Yeah, why not? I may hate that when I start to journal, but I really like the inside drinking the hot cocoa scene, because that's definitely my vibe. If we were somewhere in the snow, I don't mind the snow, and where we live, we don't get a ton of it, but I definitely really don't care to be out in it, except for very brief moments of time, just mostly to look and then come back inside. I really would prefer to be in front of the fire with some hot cocoa or a book or something versus out playing in the snow, skiing, or any of those cool sports. But where we live in Texas, we get cold, but we don't get tons of snow. We may get a couple days of some precipitation a year, but not much. So that's the basics of this so far, what I've done. I think I'm going to hang out, stop here for the day. It's getting close to time to, you know, make dinner, feed chickens, feed animals, take care of things. So I will thank you for joining me. And if you like what you see here, all the planner content and stickers and journaling and fun, then subscribe, like the video, share it with somebody else you think might like it. My channel's really new, so any shares I'm very appreciative of. And we will see you next time. Have a good day.